And good evening, everybody. Welcome to an all-new episode of Holotheatre on our sort of noon night and time. As always, I'm Dan Tertaglion, also known as DTarTag1. Tonight we got a really good episode. I went ahead and interviewed Andy Davis, the lead, the creator, the guy who does all the work behind it of the the Massassi Training Temple, and really good interview. We did this on Sunday morning-ish my time, evening on his time, but definitely a really good interview. That's about a 37-minute long interview, and we talk about everything that got him into the game and everything that he does with the his YouTube channel. So we'll go ahead and get to that interview in just a little bit. But before we get into it, let's go ahead and talk about what's going on in the Star Wars world. So I don't know if anybody's been paying attention, but the last 24 hours have been really exciting. There's been a lot going on in the last 24 hours, from the championships, the Champions League, to this new tweak set that we're getting hopefully very shortly. So let's go ahead and talk about what's going on first with the OCS. The OCS finals are right around the corner. We have our final set. Justin All Stars 97 will be Justin Desai will be facing off against Bastian Winkelhaus. I know a lot of people had that as their prediction, but I mean, how can you go wrong when it's two of the two only three-time world champions in the entire game? So everybody knows they will be doing the entire match, both games, this Friday, the 25th at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, if you want to get up and watch it. Myself, I'll be streaming it, and I believe it's going to be with Garrett Larson. So, but I'll just double check that, and as we get more long into this week, we'll let everybody know just to confirm everything. But again, we just said about the Champions League. So we are past the point of the play-in games. We had our three people get in. They were Chris Worth, Carl Koenig, and Chris Kelly. So two Chris's and a Carl got into the Champions League. And then for those who, I don't know if everybody watched last night, but last night Bill Kafer went ahead and created the pods. And there are our pods. Pod A is Al Fuentes, Brian Fred, Matt Harrison Trainer, and Paul McPherson. Pod B, David Center, Eric Hunter, Kevin Yop, and Steven DeVos. Pod C is one of the ones that people are saying is the pod of death. Charlie Arlinson, Connor Britton, Greg Shaw, and Jonathan Farland. Pod D is Anthony Howard, your Sheriff of Ghent, Joe Olson, Carl Koenig, and Kuhn. I'm not even going to try it, Kuhn. I know you've told me how to pronounce your name before, but I don't want to screw it up. Pod E is Chris Worths, myself, Jared Konsker, and Sam Tashima. And then Pod F is Brad Kipple, Chris Kelly, Justin Carulli, and Justin Miyashiro. So definitely, yeah, I will agree with Chris in the chat, Joker King. There's really no easy pod with the Champions League. So the Champions League, these pods will go from essentially today until December 18th. Everybody is at they can schedule their games as they want. We get the games in, we're going to try and stream as much as we can. The stream team will work with the people who aren't in the Champions League to get as many games as we can out. But these games will be viewable on GEP. And then, let's see. And then another big set of news that came down was the dates for Worlds was announced. So Worlds 2023 will be August 10th through the 13th in Morristown, New Jersey. I'm excited. I always love going to Worlds, whether I'm playing or I am doing commentary or helping out. I'm excited because it is drivable for me. And this is like the first drivable Worlds for me in a long, long time. But And then everybody knows it's that time of the year, so the 2022 Holiday Gift Exchange is live. Thanks to Ming for doing this. He took the time and effort. He's been doing this for a couple of years now. It's a great little event. If you want to participate, all you got to do is go onto the forums, click on this sign-up link right here, and you'll be part of it. So I know a lot of people had fun giving out stuff last year. If you want to see what has been given out, go ahead and click on this link right here. List of people who are participating can be found here as well. Ming, obviously, Ashnolo, Scotland Grail, Darth Gimli, B. Soak Wood, Andy Talaga, Sam Tashima, Idea Track, Brad Iyer, Kevin Yop, Martin, DB, Anthony Howard, Gray Chevy Van, I know who you are, you've told me your name before, Brian Fred, myself, SDP. SC, I'm not sure who that is. Chris Kelly, Throdo, and Icentropic. So definitely, again, this is a really fun event. I enjoy doing these every year. And if you're going to be part of it, just get as creative as you want. Like, it's a really good event. It's really fun. Oh, Joe Clipper. Thank you, Chris. But yeah, it's definitely a really fun event. And I want to thank Ming for putting this together. And then the other little bit of Santa and holiday cheer is Jared Napolitano is giving away free foils. So all you got to do for this is there is a GEMP league obviously on GEMP, and it's going to cost 15 gold. So if you want to participate, you sign up via that. If you want prizes, fill out a quick survey, and then just play 10 games. 12 games in the time frame, and then just have fun. So, and then Jared's saying if you're nice, you play 10 games, you complete the survey, you'll be assigned prizes. If you're naughty, play under 10 games and or don't complete the service, no prizes will be assigned to you. And then as for the prizes that are being given out, you can see all these here. Definitely a lot of good foils, including we have the Battle Order Shield and Battle Plan Shield pair, Meditation Room AI, the Like My Father Before Me AI, I Am Your Father AI. A lot of good AIs. Outrider V AI, really good card. Darth Tyrannus white border, Jenna Ursa white border. I know there's a few cards that have been scratched out. Unfortunately, those are all due to being replaced in the tweak set, but we'll get to that in a moment. And then looking at other things that Jared has going on, the 2023 PC donation program is live. It's been live for about a week now. And if you're interested in signing, make sure you guys sign up. Again, all this goes to everything the PC does. So, again, this is the only way to get those wonderful deck boxes, the Sidious, the BB-8, Thrawn, Hera, Boba, and General Grievous. Those are really good. Apparently, the Boba Fett is the really popular one. To donate, click on this link, fill out the Google form, and that's it. So no matter how much you donate, you have to fill out the Google form, and you cannot sell anything that's PC related. I know everybody wants to get their spatulas and their deck boxes, so make sure you guys donate to the PC. I mean, without donations from viewers like you, like I said, it all goes back into the PC, and it's all distributed back to you, the viewers, you, the players. So definitely a good time. It's definitely worth it. And the prizes have been getting better and better since Jared came up and started doing this. So big props to Jared. And then the other really big news that came down from today was Chris Kelly went ahead and spoiled the entire tweak set. So all of the cards are on the forums if you want to check them out. BB9E is getting around, and I know a lot of people wanted to see that. And then we have some new cards as well, including Bib Fortuna, the heir to the palace. Maybe Kendall will like this Bib Fortuna. I don't know. I mean, he might play it in his court deck. Maul's getting changed. The Third Sister is a new card, same as Zuckuss. I know there was a virtual Zuckuss back in Legacy. He was really popular in his Miss Hunter. Maybe we'll see a Miss Hunter down the line. I think there's one out already. Drop is getting reworded to be a defensive shield. Effective demonstration. If you're wondering what changed on this one, he just loses the -1 to total battle destiny. Silence's Golding is getting reworked, so hopefully no more of those pesky droids. Dark Time for the Rebellion definitely got a little rework. Sith Fury, and then the oh man, I can't think of the word. The training decks, the promo decks. They got the objectives got reworked as well. Hopefully those will help them out a little bit. Macro Scan got reworked, and then all the stuff is here. Personally, I am a big fan of the changes to the Thrawn stuff. I really want to see Thrawn become a really good deck. I like the changes to the Jedi Levitation and Sith Fury. And I'm personally, I'm a really big fan of the changes all to the Skywalker objective. I know Connor Britton's a big fan of the Rescue the Princess stuff. I'm a big fan of the Skywalker stuff. I like playing it. And Hitco got a little bit of rework. 0 Hour got a rework. So there's definitely some stuff that it's going to be really impactful for the meta. Go ahead and check them out. Chris, you're asking in the chat which is the most impactful. I would say maybe Sith Fury and Jedi Levitation. We might not see them being played as much as they were, but the lost portion of them makes them... It's a good trade-off to what they changed them to. Rescue the Princess looks a lot better. Old Ally seems fair. No Idea seems fair. Losing BB-8 and Rose were a really big hit to Legend and Legend. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what everybody can come up with all of these things. And then I'm definitely excited for the weapons are part of my religion. As that is in the... it's hopefully going to be part of the Mandalorian and theme that myself, my design pod is part of. So, but everybody, please go check them out. Yeah, Chris Kelly is in the chat saying that Drop, Thrown Back are probably the most impactful cards. Any shield, I feel like, is a very impactful card just because they're free cards out of your deck. But as for cards that go in your deck, Dark Time for the Rebellion combo, the Sarkhan's Order, does a lot. It cancels a lot of cards that might be negative play experience, such as Menace, Fate, or Projection of Skywalker. It could be worse. Neighboring Leads. And it helps out with non-battlegrounds. So, definitely a lot to ingest, and definitely I'm just glad that Design, the CBT guys, Design all got this done, and hopefully we'll be seeing these cards live on GEP soon. But if you are looking to sling some cards real soon, and you're interested in going out to the Coruscant region, well, December 18th, Chris Kelly will be hosting a live and in-person release party, a Set 20 release party, where you can go play some cards from the Tweak set. It is highly encouraged to play cards from the Tweak set, or some of this stuff that just came out new, like newer themes. It's $10. That will go towards gift cards for store credit for the participants and winner, possibly. And Chris is encouraging everybody to bring a small gift for a Secret Santa package of like a prize pool, Star Wars themed, maybe Yankees themed if you really want to make Chris's day. But hopefully everybody walks away happy from this event. I believe there are a few people who are signed up and interested in going. Nobody is really saying that they are, nobody's on the thread saying that they are going to, but definitely a lot of people have shown interest in it, especially if the Coruscant area, the New Jersey and the New York area. Heck, I might even drive out. It's a 5.5 hour drive. Maybe we'll see if I can show up or not. It really depends. But so that's all that's really going on in the Star Wars CCG world right now. Again, make sure that everybody stays tuned to the forums and to Slack, Discord. I know the Discord channel is popping off a lot, and Instagram. I know we're going to try and kick that off here soon as well. But as for right now, let's go ahead and get into the interview with Andy Davis. Definitely, like I said, it was a fun interview. We did it on Sunday. So, and then yesterday he just posted a episode 49 on his channel. So go ahead and make sure you guys check that out. And then I'll be back at the end to wrap things up. So again, please enjoy. Okay, everybody. So here I am with Andy Davis. Andy is the host, the lead guy, the creator of the Massassi Training Temple on YouTube, and figured it was time we got a hold of him to talk about like what he's been doing for the community and what he's been doing over in Europe. So how are you doing today, Andy?
I'm good, thanks. It's nice, relaxing Sunday, so in good mood this evening.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it. And I know we tried to get scheduled a few of these in before, but we're finally getting a chance to talk to each other.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we're finally getting down to talk one creator to another.
hmm Yeah, no, I'm dead honored to be on the show. This is sort of when I started doing my own videos, I never thought, I'd be on the main show. So I'm like dead chuffed that you asked me.
Well, I'm glad to have you on. So let's get a little bit more in depth about you as and yourself, especially as a player. So,
Mhm.
how long have you been playing the game, and what originally got you into Star Wars CCG?
So I played in like two sort of stints. I think like a lot of people, I came back to the game in about the end of 2017.
Okay.
So I'd say from then till now, I've been, serious about it. Um, but I played, um, discovered the game about 98, 99, I think it was. So I was kind of
Wow.
like 10 or 11. Just by chance, there's like a garage sale. There was a guy selling booster packs of cards, not Star Wars.
Okay.
But the friend that I was with, we just thought it looked a bit cool. But he was like, "Oh, there's a shop in town that sells stuff like this," and so yeah, we just went off to find out what these cards were, and that's how I discovered Star Wars.
Okay.
That was kind of like the main game that they were playing there, and literally from that first day of just seeing the cards, I was like well taken with it, and for the next like 4 years, sort of through the end of high school, was just any spare minute I could get, I would be at the card shop, um, playing crappy decks, but just loving it. So, and then yeah, sort of after school, um, kind of finished school like 16, and then just life gets in the way, doesn't it? I think it's you go to work, start dating, all that kind of stuff, and um, yeah, when I rediscovered the game back in 2017, I was just buzzing because I'd missed it for so many years.
Mm-hmm. So you said you took a nice little break and everything. What was the thing that really got you back into the game in 2017?
I think I never like lost my love for the game. Still had my small collection of cards that quite often I would dig them out, look through them. Um, I think just as a collector, you like the Star Wars cards look amazing. And I used to just like reading the lore of stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
being a big Star Wars fan, every time a new film came out, it would inspire me to like get my cards out and look through them again. Um, what Annoyingly, I never knew about the PC until
Wow.
2017. Um, So I knew V cards had come out because I played
Hmm.
Star Wars up until like the first or second set um, of the original V stuff. Um, but all I knew was you got them from the Decipher's website, the Star Wars CCG.
Okay.
I think you can still find it, and they've just got a list of all the cards.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so I never realized that the PC had taken over. I just thought Decipher had just shoved that stuff on, and that was kind of it. Um, and then just by chance, like Googling Star Wars CCG, trying to look for like shops in my local area, and Chris Goglin's Gent review came up on YouTube, and yeah, I just remember I was like, singing and dancing, super happy to find out that you could still play Star Wars. It was still going.
Hmm.
Um, and then when I found out it was free, that was like, you know, all your Christmases and birthdays come at once. Because I was thinking, oh, if you want to build a deck with an Emperor, you're gonna have to spend, money to like
Yeah.
buy the cards like you do with most app-related games these days.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, it was thanks to Googling basically that I'm back.
So when you came back in 2017, did you find Gemp? I
Hmm.
think Gemp was kind of big at that point. So, and when you came back, what was your take on like all the V cards with like all the new Episode 7 stuff? Were
Hmm.
were you surprised to see all that?
I was, yeah. So obviously, I knew there had been V sets, and every now and again when I got my cards out, I'd go onto that old Decipher website, look
Hmm.
through some of the stuff that had been released, and it was kind of like overwhelming the amount of stuff, how many sets had been released pre-reset,
Yeah.
um, and when I sort of discovered Jump in 2017, there'd already been the reset. And whilst my first few games were terrible because I didn't have a clue of what I was building at all, um, I was very happy to see that the sets had been seriously reduced, um, and that things, it was kind of like old school Star Wars again, just with some new cards. And
Hmm.
yeah, to see like the new films having product as well, and not just crappy black and white V slips, but actual proper pictures of like cosplayers and that was that's insane. I think
And so, you said that you played like back in the day and everything. What were some of your favorite decks that you played? Like, what were some of your favorite cards?
definitely for light side was Profit. Um,
Okay.
I to this day I wish Profit was good. It's like um, if we get a better helper for Profit, I'd be bouncing. Um, and Hunt Down was the deck that I hated playing against it because it was always just like so good.
Hmm.
Um, so that was kind of like the gold standard for me as like a 12-year-old kid with no money. How do I get five Darth Vaders and those kind of cards?
Yeah.
And that was what what was funny when I came back to the game because I had built a decent um, hunt down deck towards the very end of my like career and when Star Wars finished with Decipher. So that was the deck I built on Gem and just played an open game where everyone had V cards. And within like 2 turns, it was like, yeah, game over. Um, so that's why I was very grateful of like Goglin's review and just that kind of help that he
Hmm.
provided for his show was amazing.
So you say that Prophet is one of your favorite decks. Like, uh, you don't think Prophet's good, even with like Master Luke V and what is it, Rendezvous Point on Tatooine V and all the other stuff that it has now?
Mhm. I do think it's a lot better. Um, I like it that it's kind of getting the odd helper now and again. Um, Rendezvous and Tatooine definitely was good, so you could play Seeking an Audience.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not a fan of the Seeking V. I think the cost is too much. I think to pull, you're paying two even for the droids, um, six for Leia, just feels like a lot. Um, but yeah, being able to play the standard one is great. Master Luke V, I'm like torn with him because yeah, he deploys for free,
Mm-hmm.
but Luke, Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight, I've I've traded like silly decks where I've played with like five of him in it because he's
Mm-hmm.
Destiny 6 and he still deploys for 6 on the zero side of profit. Um,
Okay.
or Luke Rebel Scout, you know, it's easy to go turn one, Luke Rebel Scout, Saber, and clear the audience chamber if they put two aliens in there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't think Profit's a bad deck. It's just it's not like a tier one deck at the moment at all.
Well, I think you definitely made two advocates happy saying all that. I know Jared Napolitano likes Profit, and I think a guy named Chris Kelly loves drawing sixes. So
Mm-hmm.
you saying that you play those two cards in your Profit deck made two people happy today. No, I mean Profit's it's still fun. Like I mean we have the Jawa meta
Yeah.
and everything, so. But no, glad to hear that you're back and that you found the game in a good state and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, but let's talk about what you're on here, and it's pretty much because you went ahead and created something really cool on YouTube. You created the Massassi training temple. Sorry, I had MBO in my head just from watching the Chris Worst Nate Louderback game yesterday.
No problem. Do you know what?
But
I ummed and ahed about a name for the channel for like ages, and I thought the the name comes from my love of the old books where Luke
mm-hmm,
took, the Jedi training temple and stuff on Yavin 4, like old canon. And I was like, oh, Massassi training temple, kind of, it's catchy, it rolls off the tongue a little bit. But the amount of people who are like, Massassi Academy? No, Massassi Temple? No, it's the training Massassi Temple. It's like, no, it's Massassi training temple, but there we go.
so let's actually show off your site here. Oh wow, I did not scale that correctly. So the site it is on YouTube for those who are wondering. My computer's being a little wonky today, but yeah, the site is on YouTube. And it looks really well. Like, did you create the graphic for it?
I stole the picture from Google. But yeah, everything else I've like put together and edited and whatever myself.
Okay. So, what got you into uh, doing all these videos and creating all this content on YouTube?
I just really wanted to. I think after watching, like I said, Golden Show, Tom Kelly was another show, or his like game reviews I really enjoyed watching.
Mm-hmm.
As a newbie coming back, just seeing how different decks were played. Obviously, Holotheatre, it's the best show going. And then, I devoured because I work one of my jobs, I work outside on my own. So any of the
Okay.
like podcast stuff, I just, smash through. Even the old stuff that's on the PC website, um, was that cool. It just made me think like it's a shame that there's not more content out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I just wanted to. And I also wanted to try and make it something that for someone who is in my position, who might have just come back to the game, whether they've been away for years or they're completely new to it, that could watch something that was like step by step, like watch me make a fool of myself, and then you can try and like play better games yourself, sort of thing. Um, and just to get more content out there for this game. I think there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people who obviously used to play it who don't at the moment, and the more we can get in the community actively playing, the better it is for everyone. Then.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I definitely like the fact that you have created a lot of this content, and you're actually up. So you're almost at 50 videos. Like I'm looking
Yeah.
at this right now. You've gone in, you've reviewed a lot of decks, you've done a lot of commentary and stuff at the Naboo regionals. That was great. You interviewed some of the people over there as well, including Tomas,
Hmm.
Kuhn, Emil.
Yeah, they were cool.
And I like you showing off all the foils and everything, so that's always great. So, but yeah, you're up. You're at 48 videos. Uh, you haven't posted in 4 weeks.
I know. I know. Shocking.
Like, why
It's.
not?
And Joe, I've got one I've got it ready on my laptop. I just haven't uploaded it yet.
Okay.
Um, so I have these like I'm dead good at coming up with ideas and things I want to do, but
Mm-hmm.
then actually following through with it is really challenging. Um, when I started this whole thing this January, which is nuts to think, I'm a month
Yeah.
away from it being a full year. I was like, I'm gonna do one every week. Every Sunday morning I'll do a video and put it up, and that lasted like 3 weeks, and then just completely nosedived. Um, and like some of my videos, it says like nearly 50, but some of them are only I think like 30-second, 1 minute clips of things when I was at like live events. So I do feel a little bit like it's cheating to say that I've done 50 videos, but I'll take it.
No, I mean,
Um,
I
but
mean that.
yeah, so I'm gonna post one tomorrow. I'm gonna start
Okay.
trying to do like a happy Monday, start the week with a video. Um,
So for
being
those
I've
who
got one ready.
those who know, it's going to be up on Monday the 21st, not Wednesday the 23rd, because this will be airing on
Yes.
Tuesday. But
So I'll like commit myself now to say there will be another episode on Monday after this episode drops. So I can't get out of it now.
so I mean, but you're saying like you, even though you did like, there's a few, yeah, there's a few videos that are a minute, 30 seconds, so forth and so forth. But at the same time, you have videos on here that are like over an hour. I mean, the majority of your videos are at least 30 minutes or more. Like it's insane that you're putting out all these videos, and I got to give you credit putting out 50 videos in a year. That's amazing. Like if you can get the 52 before the end of the year, you're averaging one a week.
That's the goal. I'm sort of like determined over the next month to pump out the last few. Because like I say, when I set out to do this, I wanted to do one a week. So if I can average it, even though they haven't come out
Mm-hmm.
one a week, I'll be like dead pleased with myself. So yeah, watch out for the next few weeks.
And then you do have a few on here that are just labeled as shorts.
Hmm.
You have one, I don't know, like it looks like it's in that TikTok view and everything, but it's like the new AIs. Like you're showing off the PC slips.
Hmm.
Like you're showing off. Well, I'm trying to get it to play, but it's not going to play for me. And then you have another one that is like the pre-registration at the Naboo regionals. So, I mean, those are cool in of themselves because those are just things that, like, especially with the PC slips, a lot of people, unless they go to the events, they're not going to see those.
Yeah, yeah, that was like super exciting that morning because I was just sat there setting up the computer and stuff for filming the games during the day, and Kev just came over and went, "Here you go," and just threw like a pack on the table, and it was like it fell face down. So the sleeve that they were in was one of the PC ones.
Mm-hmm.
I think I showed it on that video, and I was like, "Oh, that's dead cool." And then I turned it over, and it was the I am your father. Um, which I was like dead surprised to get because I didn't expect to have one so quickly after the event had finished.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I took it out and the I the other one, like my father before me was in there as well, and I was just like, that is cool, and it was very exciting.
So, which of these videos would you say is your favorite one that you've done?
Um, I really like doing the one with Silverglen, Justin Branch. We did a review of his game from Naboo when he played OA versus um, Emil's ASM.
Okay.
And that was cool because it's the only video I've done so far with somebody else as like commentating rather than
Mm-hmm.
just interviewing them. Um, so yeah, that was fun. I like doing that. Oh man, I can't even think now. It's like the one that I'm going to drop tomorrow is probably the one that I'm most excited about
Okay.
because I've like added a little graphic in the middle. It's like a little 10-minute sort of, I don't know, spoof type thing I'm working on. So you have to wait till tomorrow to see what my favorite one is.
Okay. It's definitely exciting. So, going forward, what kind of stuff, like what kind of content are you going to be trying to put out? Like, are you going to continue these?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, I would. What I found hard this year, when I first started it, January, February was okay. And then as soon as the OCS started, um, last year I played in like three of the OCS months. And whilst it was really enjoyable, I feel like I've only really got a handle on my own games in
Mm-hmm.
the last like 6 months, sort of thing. Um, so this year really wanted to put effort into doing well in the OCS. And I just found playing 12 games a month and trying to find time to do streams and all the rest of it was hard.
Yeah.
So my plan is to kind of try and do as much as I can through January and February next year, and then it'll
Okay.
probably tail off during the OCS again, um, and then try and do a big chunk towards the end of the second half of the year, something like that, to try
Okay.
and get more content in. Leaning towards more like shorter episode stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so the last few episodes I've posted have been more like this was something I liked in a game. This is a card I like. Um, this is me opening Gem AI packs on Gem. So in the more like 15 to 30-minute content. Because the other thing is, I was getting bored of playing a game and then going back and rewatching my own game to comment on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of like it's 2 hours of the same thing when most of the time I was getting beat as well. It's like, oh, this is no fun. So I would like to, put the call out if anyone's got any game reviews they want to send me. That would be
Okay.
great. That I can just kind of review them, um, and they'll be new and fun for me to watch as well. Then, so I would love that. Um, Other content I'm trying to work on is I've got in touch with a few different like top players to try and do a visual um, primer for a deck.
Okay.
So not to like hound people constantly, but I want to try and get in touch with them kind of once the OCS wraps up, or
Mm-hmm.
that it's like kind of coming to an end now, because
Yeah.
obviously most of them have been playing in those games. And Joe Olsen kind of helped me put a kind of like a questionnaire together of, like how to go through asking questions about the deck, how you play it. Um, because for me, I tend to lean towards like mains and toys decks because they're
Mm-hmm.
easy to play and I just find them fun. Like I want to feel like I'm Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker, charging down on a site or whatever. Um, but there's obviously loads of other decks that if I want to play them properly, you need to devote time and attention to like working them out properly, which I haven't got. And I just thought it'd be cool to
Mm-hmm.
have someone who's essentially a top player with that deck give you like, the first couple of lines of play, ideas if you're tackling a deck that maybe you would struggle against, like what do you need to do? What cards are you thinking about taking out of the deck? That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping to get that going, you know, sometime soon.
Awesome.
That's that's about it, really.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. So, yeah, no, like I'm definitely looking forward to any more content regarding anything that comes down the pipe with Star Wars and everything. So, definitely looking forward to some more of like your just like an outside opinion on game reviews and everything. I know a lot of people are interested in doing them. So, the fact that you're definitely looking forward to doing them, that's always great. So, I gotta ask. So, was the Naboo Regionals, was that your first major event that you went to?
Yeah. Um, I'd been to that was my third live event, but my
Okay.
first like ever major. Um, Even like back in the day when I used to play, I didn't go to any like major tournaments or anything like
Hmm.
that. So um, yeah, that was like a real cool full on day.
So, how far
Um,
of a trip was it for you?
it's only about 45 minutes up the road.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, like really lucky. It's practically on my doorstep. Um, the other one I went to was in Derby, which is like 2.5 hours. So it's still not massive traveling.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, the one at Kev's Bowling Alley is awesome. The setup they've got there now is like perfect for playing Star Wars.
Okay. And is there any way that you're going to be able to go to Worlds when it's in Germany? I believe it's in 2024. I know it's a
I
little
would love
down the
to.
line.
It is, yeah. It's I would absolutely love to. Whether I can get away with it is another question.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's some time to kind of try and work it into my schedule somehow. I know I was good because it was nice to meet like loads of European players at Naboo, and obviously most of them were going to Euros like the month after.
Hmm.
I just was gutted that I wasn't able to go to that because I think everyone says European stuff is, the funnest things to go to. So
That's what I hear.
yeah,
And I know Worlds next year is, I think it's outside of New York, maybe New Jersey, around that area. Any chance you're going to come out to that?
nah, nah, I doubt it. Um, Again, I would love to, but yeah, no, sorry.
It's a little too far, huh?
Just yeah, just a little bit. It's maybe if like life commitments change between now and then, but I doubt it. Um, yeah, Germany's probably far enough, I think.
Like, I definitely would look forward to seeing you. Like, I'm definitely looking forward to us coming out to at least try and make it out to Europe in 2 years. Like, I was a little disappointed that it was delayed another year and everything, just because everybody says going over to Europe is the best way to play Star Wars. So,
Yeah,
but no, like, definitely, it would be great to meet everybody coming out, going over.
it would be cool to get all the like content creators together actually in person. I think
Yes,
that would be fun.
I do agree with you there. So, but no, like, so you're at 41 subscribers on your channel. That's pretty good. Being
Yeah,
that the community is kind of small and everything, so maybe we'll get you guys some more subscribers and everything. Get it out there that you're doing these videos, because just giving back to the content creators is always great. And then I believe that you are up for the content creator of the year.
I know. Yeah, which
So
is nuts.
I don't know, like the fact that you're like so you're putting out all these videos, they're high quality and everything. You got to think that you're one of the people that is definitely going to be a favorite. Like, I think there's what 6 or 7 people on the list.
Yeah, I think if I'd have done this last year, I probably would have felt more confident. But I feel like loads of people have put stuff out this year, and it's like, damn it, my chances have gone way down. Um,
Let's see.
I know it would be cool. I would put my money on Mike Kesslin and the Kesslin Run podcast, though, if I was going to say anyone, because his podcast's been amazing. I really enjoy listening to them when I'm working. It's dead cool to kind of hear the stories from way back when, different people going to tournaments and all that kind of stuff. So I think he's definitely got to be a favorite.
Well, I don't know. Like, he's only put out a few of his podcasts, so I don't know. Like, I like. So even though I don't know. Like, it's gonna be hard because a lot of people have put out a lot of good and quality stuff. So just saying, oh, this person deserves it, it's going to be hard. But I definitely think you're easily going to be one of the favorites for it.
Thanks.
And let's see. And then you ended up winning the in the Hollies this past September. Kendall did a special out of nowhere award, and you ended up getting that award. How did that make you feel?
Yeah, I I think because you guys did an episode like a few weeks before where you were talking about the Hollies and the like categories and stuff, and just then when Kendall even mentioned my show for like up for an award, I was like proper stoked. That was amazing. And yeah, it was one of those, because obviously the time difference, I don't really get to watch Holotheatre live ever really. So the next morning, I'm like sat eating my cereal, put the Holly show on before I go to work, and I was convinced that EPP Tuscan Raider was going to win out of that category. So when you said it was me, I was like, yes! I was like literally dancing around the front room, and I had to leave for work before my wife got up, and when I came home, I was like, it's been the best day ever because I won the category. And she was like, you are such a loser. But yeah, that like absolutely made my year. So yeah, thank you to whoever voted for me. And yeah, that was an amazing honor.
I'm glad to hear that you were excited and that your wife definitely gave all I'm hearing, like every time like somebody says like their wife was just like you're a loser, I'm like, okay, that's great, because I hear it from a lot of people. Like I hear Timo says the same thing. All my exes said the same thing. I don't know how like I know Scott was his wife is just like, so it's kind of I love that as like a little bit of a running joke between the community and everything.
Yeah, that was what I enjoyed chatting to the guys at the Naboo regionals. Like most of them said exactly the same stuff, and it's that like, oh, I've got myself in so much trouble because I'm engrossed playing a game, and Laura's like, did you hear what I said? Or the worst is I'll take my laptop into the kitchen when I'm like supposed to be making tea or whatever, and she'll come in and be like, you've been in here for an hour, and I'm just like, yeah, tea will be out in a minute. So yeah, it's I've had to rein my games in a few times. But
now, does she know that you're famous throughout the world?
She, to start with, she was like, what are you doing? But yeah, now she's kind of, I think now I've got a few subscribers, and winning the award, I think, was like, she's like, okay, fair enough. You can do your little game. So, yeah, she's cool, really.
I'm glad to hear that she's a little bit more supportive on you now.
Yeah.
But so I think we should do a under the V card challenge. So being that this is a recorded show and everything, you don't have the added benefit of the chat helping you out. So I kind of gave you a little bit of an easier one. It is a little bit more popular of a card in a few decks I can think of. And I upped the timer from 15 seconds to 25 seconds. Maybe you won't need it. Maybe you will. We'll see.
Okay.
But if you played this deck if you played one of those episode 7 objectives in the last year or so, I think you should know this card.
Okay.
Okay. So the card is... Whoop, as I put up the bad one. As in the card for today is Allegiant General Pride. So let's get this timer set. And your timer starts now. I'll give you a hint if you need it.
Yeah, I'm going to need a hint.
Special edition effect.
Ooh. Oh, Pride of the Empire. Is it that?
You, sir, are correct.
Yes. Oh, I was dreading this like challenge thing. I've been thinking about it all day. Yeah.
I mean, we used to do the lore challenge, so I figured, these are a little easier to do, but I know some people have trouble with them.
I think it's probably a European player thing because we're pretty lax and we don't really bother with the underlying card. We just print them out and put whatever we want underneath. So
you should not be saying that on air.
Sorry. We do illegal stuff in Europe. You'll have to edit that out.
I mean, I know you guys got good AIs and everything, but holy man, don't let Chris Kelly hear that. He'll ban you guys.
Sorry. When we're playing in private, we use proxies and we just, we would never do it at an official tournament. Sorry.
So, no, you're good. Nah, I don't think anybody's gonna as long as it's not done on camera or at an official event. I think you guys are fine. But you'll win a Holotheatre Hosts and Heroes pack. Again, those are like AIs, official AIs that can be used on camera and everything of certain members of the community, and then. We have people who, so the hosts of the Holotheatre, and I'm actually going to be expanding those. So if you win, whoever wins the Content Creator of the Year will have their own card as well. And, and whoever wins Guest of the Year will also get a card in the next set of the Hosts and Heroes stuff. So,
thanks.
But yeah,
they're a cool little addition. Those, I think. I think kudos to you. I'm guessing you came up with the idea.
I think
they're pretty cool. I like them.
Yeah, we've come up with a few good ideas over the year. But I think that's all we have for today, Andy. It has been a pleasure to talk to you. I'm definitely looking forward to your video that you put out before this show airs.
Yeah.
And then any other videos you come up with for the rest of the year.
Thank you very much.
And so everybody, make sure you tune into the Massassi Training Temple on YouTube. So subscribe, follow it. Andy's going to put out some great stuff over the rest of this year and hopefully next year as well. And
try to.
It has been a pleasure, sir.
It has. Thank you very much for this. It's been awesome. And please keep doing this because this show's definitely it's the best thing on TV. So. It is, definitely. Thank you very much for hosting every week as well. I think you definitely deserve a part on the bar because it's not easy content creating constantly. So thanks for your hard work.
Well, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay. And so that's all we have. So that's our interview for today. We'll go back to just the normal, boring program here now. And take care, Andy.
Yeah, see you soon.
Okay, everybody, so that's all we have for tonight. Again, I want to thank Andy for coming on and being our guest. Right now, if you're interested in more Star Wars CCG action, Jared Napolitano is streaming a Champions League game between Eric Hunter and David Center. He is streaming it over on his channel, so make sure you guys tune in. It's an interesting little matchup. But that's all we have for tonight. Your token for tonight is the Yavin 4 Massassi Ruins. It will be in the chat, so make sure you guys submit your tokens, and we'll see you guys next week for an all-new episode of Holotheatre on Tuesday nights. Everybody take care, enjoy your weekend, and as always, May the force be with you.